hello guys. It's afternoon here. So good afternoon. So good morning. Um and also good evening if you're watching this one tonight. Okay. So now I will continue the functions with operations or operations with functions using addition and subtraction. So I have four examples here or given that you will apply that what we learned from my last video, which was I showed you the operations with functions, multiplication and division. So similar with this, but there are addition and subtraction. So first, I have f of x here and g of x function. So our f of x it's a rational. So x is x minus 2 over x plus 2. And the g of x also a rational expressions. And or rational functions when you call it as 1 over x. All right. Now we need to find out if f plus g of x. So what will be the value if you need to add the two functions given? So let's start with this one. You can separate that first. So f of x plus g of x. So we start with f added by g, right? So f of x plus g of x. So let's replace our f of x, which is this one. So let's have x minus 2 all over x plus 2 added by the g of x, which is 1 over x. Okay. Now, as you can see, it's like what? Dissimilar fractions. Okay? So this is dissimilar rational expression. So we can get the LCD of your denominator to make them as equal. Since their LCD is the x times x plus 2. So therefore, we can multiply here on your first fraction is x times x minus 2 over x times x plus 2. Okay? Then, added by, since you have x on your denominator already, you will multiply x plus 2 for both numerator and denominator. Okay? Now, they are similar fraction. You can write as that one or just like this. They are the same, which is they are the same factor. Now, let's combine your numerator and copy your denominator. But before you add, you have to simplify this one, the first numerator, and the other numerator. So the first one, you need to distribute your x to x minus 2. And the other one, since it's multiplied by 1, so you only need is to write your regular binomial, which is we have the property that is identity property multiplication. That any number that you multiply by 1, the answer is itself. So let's work on the numerator of your first fraction. So by the way, you have to write your LCD or the denominator. So we have the x squared because x times x. Then x times negative 2 is negative 2x. Then added by, you have x plus 2. Now, if you think that you have a similar term, you need to combine them. So let's use this space here. Okay, let's copy again your denominator. And our similar terms are negative 2x plus the x. So therefore, the highest sign is negative 2. So we can copy your negative, then subtract your 2 and 1 beside of the x here. So that is only negative x, then added by 2. Okay? Now, if you think that they are a factor that is similar to your denominator, we can factor out. So since the last term is 2 of your numerator, since our last term is 2, the factor of 2 is 2 and 1, and our middle is negative 1 here, okay, negative 1 here, but no need to write negative 1 there. So any factors of positive 2. So positive 2, that is possible na you have positive 2 times 1 or negative 2 times negative 1. Now, when you get the sum of negative 1, so using these factors, 2 plus 1 is 3. So it's not. What about this one? Negative 2 plus negative 1 is negative 3. It's not. So therefore, it cannot be factored. So the x squared minus x plus 2 is already a prime. It's a prime. No need to factor out. So therefore, the answer is this one. This is our final answer. All right. So again, you can separate first this one. So the first one, first addend is f of x, then followed by g of x. Then after that, you substitute. After you substitute, if you see the problem is like this, it's a dissimilar fraction. So get the LCD or least common denominator using our LCM. Then evaluate your numerator since there are going to be the similar fraction. So evaluate, then simplify. So this one I showed you lang how to find if there are can be factor or not. Okay, then let's move on to second examples. Same same given of f of x and g of x, but our problem is to need to find the g minus f of x. So similar, but this one is subtraction. So start with the g of x minus f of x. Be careful later when it comes to subtraction. So we all know that the sign will change when we subtract, right? So let's replace first. So x minus, hold on, it's g of x. It's 1 over x minus x minus 2 over x plus 2. So since we all know the LCD a while ago is x times x plus 2. So we are going to multiply here on the first fraction is x plus 2 times 1. And the x times x plus 2 minus x minus 2 times the x and the x times x plus 2. Now let's evaluate. Your answer here a while ago is it was x plus 2 here, but this one is subtraction, so we have to be careful. So we have to enclose your x times x is x squared. Next, negative 2x times x is minus 2x. Then evaluate here. So let's apply your subtractions or your sign will change. So x plus 2, then minus x squared, then negative 1 here times negative 2x is positive 2x. Okay, then we have to copy our LCD. The next is to simplify. Simplify which one there is the same or similar term, which is 2x and x. So we have negative x squared here plus 3x plus 2. Then, after that, you copy your denominator. Okay, so let's move your negative outside. So here, let's put here. So we have x squared minus 3x minus 2 because you multiply by negative 1. Then x times x plus 2. Okay, now it's negative 2, your factor of, the letter, the C, diba? The trinomial. So the factor of 2, it could be positive, negative 2 rather, negative 2 times 1. What else? Or 1 times negative 2. So when you add them both, negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, but yung 1 plus negative 2 is negative 1. So it cannot be factor. So the answer is this one. Okay? You can put your negative, so just factored by negative 1, the numerator. So it's negative x squared minus 3x minus 2 all over x times x plus 2. Okay? Next, given. And that time will be using the value or the given value of the variable. Okay. But it's dissimilar. It's not the same given. Our f of x is x squared plus 3x minus 4. Then our g of x is equal to x plus 5. So we need to add the two functions, but our x should be negative 3. So let's let's separate it. So let's try first the f of x. Let's go to the top. We can have space. So f of x plus the g of x, which is x squared plus 3x minus 4 added by x plus 5. This is plus. Now, if you are looking for the x is, if x is negative 3, so you can write here f is f of negative 3 added by g of negative 3. Okay, since they are the same, so we need to replace your x as negative 3. So be careful when you are replacing. So just replace like this. Then our second term will be 3 times negative 3. Then copy your negative 4 or minus 4 plus the x is negative 3. Then plus 5. Then Evaluate each term. Since our first term is the exponent, the second term will be multiply. So, negative 3 squared, so you multiply twice by negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. Then the second term is there are opposite signs. So 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. So minus 9. Then copy your minus 4. Then positive and negative. So it turned to negative 3 or minus 3 plus 5. So let's do our order of operations from left to right. Okay, when it comes to addition and subtraction. So left to right. So let's subtract 9 minus 9, 0. 0 minus 4, negative 4. Negative 4 minus 3 is negative 7. So negative 7 plus 5 is equal to negative 2. So the highest value is negative, which is 7 is greater than 5. So you copy negative, but you have to take away 5 from 7. So therefore, the value of the f plus g of negative 3 is negative 2. Okay? But there is alternative solution if you want to get the value of each before you add. So let's try first the f of 3. So I'll show you here. Okay, I cannot write properly. Hold on. Okay. So let's use your f of x. So we have negative 3 squared plus 3 times negative 3 minus 4. So we have 9 minus 9 minus 4. Therefore, this is negative 4. So our f of negative 3 is negative 4. What about the g of negative 3? The g of x is x plus 5, which is negative 3 plus 5. Therefore, this is positive 2. The highest is positive. So this is our g of negative 3. So what about the f plus g of negative 3? So you will add this one and this one. Negative 4 plus 2 is equals to negative 2. Did you see? They are the same. So there is alternative solution. So it's up to you. What do you like? You make sure you substitute them properly and execute the evaluation of each term. And you apply the integers of the operations of integers. Okay. Next, the last one is different. Yeah, they are different, but the same given your f of x and g of x. This time, your each function, there are different value of your variable. The first one, if your if your x of your f function is negative 1, and the x of your g of x is negative 2. So what will you do? This is separated, okay, or separate your solution, or you can do the same as well the third one, the third examples. Okay, so let's do this one first. So f of x minus g of x, right? So f of x minus g of x. So we have x squared minus or subtraction. So be careful with the sign. Minus x plus 5. So therefore, it will change into x squared plus 3x minus 4 minus x minus 5. Okay? Then we can what? Simplify. We can simplify this one because they have similar terms and also the constant. So let's do the x first. So the f of x minus g of x is equals to, hold on. This is not going to combine because our value of your x's are not the same. So let it be like this. Okay? Okay, let it be like this. So let's apply your f of -1 minus g of -2. So our f of x is here. Okay? So which is the value of your x is -1. So let's substitute -1 squared plus 3 times -1 minus 4. Then minus your g of x is x plus 5, which is we need to find out the -2. Okay? So -2 plus 5. Now let's evaluate each term. So -1 squared is 1, positive 1. Positive 3 times -3 is -3. Copy your -4. Then minus. So -2 plus 5 is positive 3. So positive 3 times -1 here. So there's a negative, so -3. So the answer is, let's do the left from left to right. So 1 minus 3 is -2. -2 minus 4 is -6. -6 minus 3 is -9. Okay, so this is your answer. Now let's do one by one and subtract after. So let's find out your f of -1. So using this one, so -1 squared plus 3 times -1 minus 4. So -1 squared is 1. Positive 3 times -1 is -3 or -3, then -4. And 1 minus 3 is -2. -2 minus 4 is -6. Okay, so this is your f of -1. What about g of -2? Which is the x plus 5. So -2 plus 5 is equals to positive 3, right? Positive 3. Now, let's use our functions. That will be the operation in subtraction is f of -1 minus g of -2, which where our f of -1 or f of -1 is -6 minus our g of -2 is positive 3. So -6 minus 3 is -9. So they are correct. They are the same. So that means our final answer is -9. So this is the value of the f of -1 minus g of -2. All right. So I hope you learned something about application for the operations with functions. So for the addition and subtractions, you have to be careful with the signs every time you subtract or add. So you have to go back to the integers rules when it comes to apply those operations. Okay? All right. Thank you for listening. See you my next video, and I will teach you more about mathematics. Okay? Not only for grade 10. So I can teach grade school, high school, and college for a simple college algebra or um, any topic in college. That could be since I am a math major or in I just took the education. Okay. See you. Bye bye.